Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to be reviewing the Boker Plus Kwaiken button lock. So this button lock version of the iconic Lucas Burnley Kwaiken design released mid to late last year, and I finally managed to get one for a great price. I managed to get this for $139, free shipping from Kaviso. I know it usually retails for around $188, so that is an absolute steal price for this awesome knife. I've been wanting to get my hands on this for a while, ever since I saw it unveiled at last year's Blade show, so I'm really happy to finally get it in hand. And before we dive deeper into the knife itself, let's do the standard size comparison up against some of my favorite EDC knives. Here it is up against the Benchmade Bug Out. Here it is up against the Benchmade Mini Bug Out. Here it is up against the large Chris Reeve Sabenza 31. Here it is up against the Spyderco Para 3. And lastly, here it is up against the original Civivi Elementum. As you can see, it is more closely to the size of the Bug Out and Elementum, not nearly as big as the large Sabenza 31, and it's definitely bigger than the Mini Bug Out. Let's put it closer up against the full-size Bug Out. Yeah, it's around the same size, but of course, it's definitely a lot thicker than the Bug Out. In terms of thickness, it is rather thick because of that button lock mechanism. And lastly, here's the knife up against a ruler. Let's start with sharpened blade length. As you can see, the sharpened blade length comes in a little around 3 inches, and then the overall length of the knife, I guess if you kind of include the lanyard hole slash pommel, comes in around 7¼ of an inch. The blade is made out of CPM S35VN steel. It's an excellent steel. It's a balanced steel. You get a good amount of toughness, edge retention, and corrosion resistance. It's a great steel, and especially for an EDC knife. The blade itself is obviously in that Kwaiken style, aka the straight back style. It's completely flat at the top, and then you get an edge that rounds up to the tip. The blade thickness, in my opinion, is pretty normal size for blade thickness. No jimping on the spine of the blade, but there is some slight texture on the flipper tab. And let's move on to the opening and locking mechanism. Of course, this is a flipper, and obviously this is the button lock version of the Kwaiken, so you have the nice push button lock. So if you want to close the knife, simply press on the button and the knife will swing close. And because of that, you can also open it with the button lock by simply pressing down on the button and flipping the knife open, which is awesome. I love button locks. I also love how button locks are finger safe. If you want to close the knife, your fingers don't have to get in the way of the blade like you would a liner or frame lock, which is awesome. The action is really smooth, both the button lock and the flipper, both opening and closing the knife. It runs on ball bearings, and the blade just swings open nicely, and the action is excellent. The handle scales are made out of diagonal textured titanium, which is awesome. Titanium scales are always great. It's a nice premium and strong material, and it is impervious to corrosion, and it's also great to have this texture for added grip. You also get a titanium backspacer near the back that also has the lanyard hole. It's nice if you want to throw on a lanyard, and it's also pointed, so you do get kind of a pommel with the knife, so if you need to crack something or smash something, you can use that as an option. And lastly, you have a one-way deep carry pocket clip. It's always nice to have a deep carry pocket clip on your knives, and it looks very nice and discreet in your pockets. The Kwaiken style is iconic. It's very simple and clean, and it works well in a more formal event. You can easily use this knife as a gentleman's folder, and it's also great for EDC use and some tactical use with the materials and mechanism. It's overall a great all-around knife. I think Boker did an excellent job with this release. I love the premium steel and handle materials in addition to the sweet button lock action. The button lock is probably my favorite knife mechanism within the past 2 years or so. I just love how fun and fidgety the button lock mechanism is. I love how strong it is. I love how it's finger safe. And I just really like how Boker added the awesome button lock mechanism to the iconic Kwaiken design. It's like the best of both worlds. You get a classic design with the latest and greatest locking mechanism. I highly recommend you guys pick one of these up for yourself, especially for the steel price price of $139. I'll be sure to leave a link to Kaviso down in the description for this. They actually sold out about a month ago, and they only recently got back in stock, so hopefully you guys can pick one up for yourself, because like I said, I can't recommend this knife enough. It's an awesome EDC with premium materials and an awesome locking mechanism. So what do you guys think of the Kwaiken button lock? I'd definitely like to know down in the comments. So that's gonna do it for this video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, follow me on my socials, and thanks for watching.